Hello, I am Ludo Matheusen and I will introduce School Policy Plan. I am using Zoom as a kind of Skype conference tool that allows me to share screen. I made a PowerPoint and I'm going to share the screen now. Just a moment. And here we are. Maybe a few words about myself. I've been a teacher of history in the Netherlands, where I established, long time ago, a network that still exists with 70 schools now from 16 countries. I always combined that with in-service teacher training, first in the Netherlands and later in Belgium. My expertise is courses in internationalization, especially in the Netherlands. I've coached about 80 schools to write their school policy plan. I've been chairperson of l'Association Européenne des Enseignants, the Netherlands. I'm currently involved in project with India, UMind, Europe Meets India. I'm partnered in a Finnish company, and I am course leader of key Action 1 courses on internationalization. And my main expertise is in school policy plans, evaluation of projects, and ICT. So what are we going to do today? First question, is my school ready for internationalization? Second, what does it mean? What are the objectives? What are our activities? How do we organize it? A very important part. ICT and internationalization, and then a few minutes more for those who want to know more, the full format of the school policy plan. First of all, is my school ready? I suggest you to make together with the principal a SWOT analysis. Is there enough commitment from parents, students, board members? Do we have already experience with international activities? Very important, and we come back to that several times. Is there a link to the curriculum? And last but not least, what about finances? Finances for exchanges. Next, what does international mean? And here you see a list of activities, and I can tell you some schools find all those activities international. But what is your opinion on that? Is a cultural school trip international? Correspondence on daily life teams? An international sports meeting abroad? Studying the history of the European Union? Studying in mixed groups during an exchange? It's clear. Learning Chinese language? Reading a book in French, German language? A video conferencing? Let's have a look at the next slide, because that can help us to understand. So on top of that, you see mobilities for a cultural trip, but you don't need a partner school for that. For exchanges, you need a partner school, and for virtual projects like eTwinning, you need a partner school as well. Some schools say that project at school without a partner school can be internationalization. For example, a project on Paris or on climate change. Other schools say our curriculum itself is full of international elements. So I think all depend on what are your objectives, attitude, knowledge, skills, and what does internationalization mean for you? It can also be related to teachers. For example, teachers can go for a course or on job shadowing. There is no standard definition. Sorry, you have to make your own practical and realistic definition for internationalization. What are the main objectives? Go fast to check the mission statement of the school. Do you find there any statements related to knowledge, skills, attitudes that can be related to internationalization? For example, this one is very clear. Our school is a gateway to Europe. Students are world citizens. That means language, international exchanges, and also digital teaching materials, e-twinning. Which aims do you find most important? Make a selection, for example, altogether maximum 6 most important aims. Attitude, knowledge, subject-based, for example, related to biology, history, skills, all kinds of skills, linguistic, intercultural, methodological, ICT. Don't forget personal development skills, aims, better career possibilities, especially for vocational schools. Make a selection yourself. Second part of the school policy plan is a list of activities and projects. What did you do in the past? How many teachers were involved? Exchanges, Comenius project, e-twinning. What are you currently doing? Do you have Key Action 1? Have you applied for a Key Action 2? And why have you progressed in activities? And what are your aims for the future? But keep it realistic. A very important part is organization at school. Is the role of the principal? Is there one coordinator or is there a team? What are the tasks of the coordinator? Are there any specific competences for the coordinator? Yeah, we cannot deny the principal plays a very important role. She is responsible for the policy plan and for the implementation. But the structure of the internal organization, is there one coordinator or is there a team? He or she has to create commitment and give training opportunities, stimulates participation of staff members, and takes care of communication. And last but not least, he or she has to participate, him or herself, in activities, in meetings. And the task of the coordinator are many, many tasks. Planning, organizing exchanges, looking at the curriculum, to which extent is the curriculum international, together with the principal. Look at the quality of the international activities, coaching colleagues, new colleagues, young colleagues, to manage internationalization, agenda of meetings, reports of meeting, information, dissemination. Dissemination means sharing the outcomes of projects, finances, grants, project, others. My God, too many tasks. How to be a good international coordinator? Which competences do you need? Yeah, you have to know a lot of things, knowledge. The airplane, you have to be a traveler, a team player, a coach, an educator. That means you have to know education very well. You have to have a kind of helicopter view, networking. A lot of competences are required, but you can learn them step by step. What are other items of the school policy plan? Evaluation, certification, quality assurance, the role of ICT, information, PR, and dissemination. Information internally, externally, dissemination when you have produced some results of outcomes in Comenius or in Key Action 2, you have to disseminate them. Training and creating networks, training for colleagues, finances, and cooperation with foreign partners. Part 5 of the school policy plan, the role of ICT, we focus a little bit on that. What are the facilities in your school? Internet connection, enough computers? Is there a real policy to use ICT for internationalization? For example, the use of ICT for learning languages, because learning languages is a condition for internationalization. Is there a portfolio, electronic portfolio? Is e-twinning part of the strategy of the use of ICT? Who is responsible for the whole organization, technically and didactically? Is it the international coordinator? Is there a view on the didactical use? Are the e-twinning projects linked to the curriculum? Are they assessed? Do you give marks? How are the skills involved in that didactical use? And students are learning, are doing research. There are technical skills. There is group work involved. What many schools don't do is video conferencing part of the didactical use. Is that a training for teachers? So many things to do for a school policy plan. Don't get depressed. 5 years, step by step, to really establish a real school policy on internationalization. Teamwork. You cannot do it on your own. Even if there are very small success elements, celebrate them, show them. Link everything to the curriculum. No future for international project without the link to the curriculum. Go for quality. Better to do less, but in a good way. And sorry, but don't give up. Things take time, and problems are not always stop signs. Problems or guidelines can be our friends. So if you want to know more, UNEOS is course provider, and you see here a picture of a group of teachers taking part in one of the courses on how to make your school more international. If you want to know more, I will now stop share the screen and open another document. I share the screen again, and here is the full version of the school policy plan. And we have dealt already with the objectives and the mission of the school. What are your policy choices? Here are different activities. Organization of internationalization, so important. We dealt with that. Evaluation, certification, and quality assurance. Certification is getting more and more important. Can you give students a certificate for their activities, for exchanges, for e-twinning projects? The role of ICT, that we have dealt already with that. Information and dissemination, the internal communication. Who takes care of reporting? Is there a specific place in the school? How are the parents informed? External information. Who takes care? Visit of partner school made visible. The website of the school. Local activities, local authorities, and then posters, flyers, flag, and so on. Dissemination is a requirement of Erasmus Plus and Comenius activities. How are you going to disseminate them? On the website, in partner meetings, in meetings to local authorities. 7, creating and training. Colleagues are trained in the school, outside the school, internationally. The Action 1 provides a lot of activities and job shadowing, for example, courses. Financing, that's what you have to do with the principal. And then last but not least, do you have good partner schools for exchanges, for e-twinning? And here are some criteria that you can look at to see to which extent your colleagues in other countries in partner schools are able to work in an efficient way with you. Which arrangement? Do they have the same objectives? So, if you want to read all, this document will be available at the e-twinning workshop organized by my friend Spasha from Macedonia. I wish you good luck and step by step, 5 years to work together with your team, with your principal, to make a fantastic school policy plan and to act accordingly, to have a full range of activities. Good luck.